Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. My apologies for the silence for this first few minutes. Not happening. We're in the band phase of second season IVZ league. Part of it, Mercury League to be more specific. I believe this is the upper division. I don't exactly know. I'm gonna check right now. This is week 6 games. It's cross division between the top division of Atrox against Team Happy. I know I'm going to butcher the rest of this. Tokyo Majin Gang. Team Happy defending first here on Oregon against Atrox. Atrox recently getting a bit of a boost in terms of their roster. They did pick up Jedi Joey and Chunks with the disbanding of... Durag, some other players obviously going into other teams such as Watermelon Snooze and Grim Reality. So that should be a really big boost to them. We'll have to see, however, if they've managed to include that as part of their chemistry, because having 2 players on your team that haven't played with your team before really can certainly mess with how you operate as a unit, as a group. On the opposite side, we have Team Happy, which recently returned. They've been gone for a while. I'm glad that they're back, though. I just generally like seeing old school teams returning, although usually they're bad. I've heard that people think this is going to be a wash. I am not sure, because I have not seen Team Happy play, so I cannot say yes or no this will be a wash. I just know that it's going to be interesting. Fans, case in point, fans. We have from Team Happy both a Thatcher and a Cade band. I think the fact that they were doing both of them indicates that they don't want to handicap themselves too much, so they both made it harder for Atrox to open walls and for themselves to close, keep walls closed. Now, other thing to note really with the Cade ban is the fact that this isn't a map where you can impact strike those hatches. You lose Cade, the only way you can really hold them is maybe with a vertical angle, or somebody watching them at the area, maybe a Meister cam. No team ever does that, so now basically that basement site is going to be really difficult to hold in certain areas because of the fact that those hatches are basically free, assuming that a team decides to actually bring Hardbridge, which I think is a no-brainer, honestly. The other 2 bans, the Chaco ban's a comfort ban. The Thatcher ban, I personally would say that Maverick's a better choice, but they both accomplish the same job here. And then the Clash ban is kind of strange. This is a Clash map, but she is very rarely played here. Downing for equal fault lands of Nyapat, the Ash there, starting the momentum for his team, really. He's trying to play this window, get a second kill there on Kusanagi. Not gonna actually push in, getting a bit aggressive here. Knows somebody's here at white, will take him out for a 3rd kill. Jedi Joey actually, Nyapat with a 3rd. Now, Brazil, the last one left here, trying to retake objective. Shook's leaving, I don't know what that's about. In a 4 versus 1 situation, gonna have to try and retake side, probably stop the defuse, and... alas, Jedi Joey will deny any sort of clutch there for Team Happy, as Atrox moves up 1-0 here. Very good, rather aggressive first round there from Atrox. I think that's usually been their modus operandi, but now I think that it's really coming into full with the addition of Jedi Joey and Shook's 2 players on the very aggressive Durag. Pretty much the breakdown of how that round went was that Nyapat got on a window which usually isn't played that hard and isn't that successful to play. You know, that game window, got 2 frags off of it, and then essentially took sight because his team pushed that hard, that fast. I think part of the problem there for Team Happy was the fact that they had those 2 roamers and they didn't respond to the push, at least not fast enough. You know, they had, I believe, Brazil as well as Dylan over there on the roam, and it didn't really do much for them. You know, part of that is obviously on Atrox for them not pushing into, obviously, the roam, not forcing them, not having to clear it, really. But then on the other side of it is, you know, the roamers weren't in a position to really force themselves to be cleared, to waste that time, to waste that utility, to maybe get a frag onto Atrox. Basement hold now, and again, this is going to be a more difficult hold, really, for both teams, but at the moment for Team Happy, because of the fact that there's no Cade. So they're going to need to be a bit more cautious about how they hold this. You don't really want to rely on holding E-Box here. You don't want to really hold all that heavily Freezer as well, because of the fact that that Freezer hatch, in this case, is soft, so they could very well reinforce it as Nyapat will fall there. They got 4 kills in the last round, including 1 assist, I believe. Now actually out of the round here. Good start for Team Happy, unfortunately countered by the fact that a Dexy will gun down Daddy Freak there. These are some weird names, to say the least, for Team Happy. They're gonna now... Atrox now taking Pillar, it seems, taking as well that E-Box wall, potentially pushing into Elbow. Dylan gonna be a bit of a problem now, swung by Shucks, surprisingly aggressive here as the Osa will get 2 kills, look for third, gets a 3rd kill here for Atrox up to just Brazil. Again, offside, trying to make something happen, denied by Jedi Joey. And the 2 members of Durag will mop the floors this round with Team Happy going up 2-0 now. Team Happy now going back up to the top floor. Don't know if that's exactly the strongest decision. I think that they stand a better chance there, considering how quickly and aggressively that hold was, as I like to say, IKEA-ized. It was returned to, it was basically disassembled very quickly there, courtesy of Atrox. All they did was take a wall and get frags. You know, they took Pillar very quickly. Admittedly, Pillar is hard to hold because of how open it is. All you really have, if you're playing there in terms of cover, is just the Pillar itself, and you have to worry about Shaikador, you have to worry about a sightline that they made in through E-Box onto Blue Door, and you have to worry about the stairs, so it really helps to have some utility or another player nearby. You know, I've seen teams run a sort of soft extension with Clash onto those stairs. Obviously, Clash unavailable, but case in point, that's something that they might have looked at, or should have probably looked at, and I don't think they really had any utility on the stairs at all, so it made it really easy there for Atrox to pretty much just pincer out anybody from there, and take E-Box wall, take Pillar, and the round was over, pretty much. See top foothold now for Team Happy, as mentioned, and going to be looking for something a bit more conservative, I'd say. They don't have 2 roamers, just 1 now. Strangely enough, though, it's a Smoke. I don't know if Smoke's exactly the right decision here. I don't think Brazil, Brazil's right underneath it. Okay, it took him a sec, but he did gun down a Dexy from below. Jedi Joy and Nyapat can actually strike back. It takes down Dylan as well as Geonix. Nyapat takes out Brazil, and it's up to just Daddy Freak here, as VQ6 will wipe the board there for Atrox. They will go up now 3-0 here against Team Happy, and they're in a great spot at the moment. Not a single round on the board for Team Happy. Team Happy on defense on a very defender-sided map, Oregon. And Atrox is guaranteed at least an even split at half at the moment. If they keep it up, they could get more than that. You know, they only need to win 1 round here to have a guaranteed round advantage at half. But, you know, they're in a good spot.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alright. My apologies for the silence. Trying to coordinate a bunch of things. And Johnny's gonna get an early frag there onto VQ6. A big opening kill for Team Happy. As playing strangely aggressive here, we do see Danny Freak as a M870 Jaeger instead of the very standard 416 carbine. And they seem to have put Atrox in a bit of a state of shock here. You know, as you can see, VQ6 as well as Shook's out of the round. The hard breach, their only hard breach, is dead in the first moments. Not a single bit of impact on the round. The other part of this is Shook's is out. He's technically tied for second frag with Jedi Joey. It's just generally not good to be in that situation where you're down by one and you go down by another. You know, being put into a 3v5 is very tough to recover from. So you can see very heavy blue side hold now. Daddy Freak going to be holding Shaiko over the shotgun. It seems to have worked as he does gun down Jedi Joey up to just Nyapat and a Dexy here. Trying to make something work from all the way outside blue. Gonna have to try and play that sight land there over by Pillar. There's 3 players now, all stacked up on this Pillar side and E-Box. Nitro will go out. I believe shot actually by the Nitro by Kusanagi. He's going to rotate around. I think you're getting a bit restless. Still a minute and a half to remain. And a very aggressive play now from Happy. Nitro goes out. Daddy Freak lowered very heavily there. Knifehat's going to inch forward. I think he's going to actually surge and out push in potentially. Spots one, takes him down 2v4, though very tough situation for them to recover from. Kusanagi going to actually seem to go cross country. Don't know what for exactly. Daddy Freak playing very close 2v3 now. Dexy will gun down Jonix. Seems to be up to mainly just Daddy Freak here, who's going to actually take down and out Nyapat for a 1v3 now. A Dexy in the hot seat trying to make something happen. Does spot one, however, a 3K from the M870 wielding Jaeger. Daddy Freak will earn his team the round, finally putting Team Happy on the board. Team Happy with a sign of life there when they really needed to show it, and now going to move to first floor. Strangely enough, I think they've had their share of losses on second floor. They're going to now try their luck on what many teams view as their tertiary site. Some teams actually feel more comfortable on it, and some teams are just luckier, honestly, and win it more often. But it's usually a really tough site to hold because of the fact that, you know, it's very open as an objective. There's many ways to attack it. Most commonly, you take vertical and then you take a wall. So usually that means taking attic, taking kids, and going down and taking the stage wall and pushing into a plant on sandbags, because that's the default really for meeting. But there's plenty of variations and plenty of different ways to approach it.
5 seconds left. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
As you can see, impact when you go out there. Don't know exactly what for. I think that was courtesy of Dylan. I could be wrong, though. It seems a bit odd to be throwing at impacts at this time. Don't know exactly what's happening here. They're again running a rather aggressive hold. They only have technically one person on site. They do have this smoke, or mute of Daddy Freak, going to continue to dominate with a shotgun 6 down. Shooks and VQ6 will fall. The hands of Dharma Dilwell on the roam, and finally, Team Happy seems to have found their rhythm here against Atrox 3v4. Dexy will take down one. Jedi Joey gets another for his team, and now they're back to even numbers here against Team Happy. Gonna need to be a bit mindful, though. Daddy Freak gonna be playing a bit aggressively here. Just holding this longer angle, actually, pardon me, a shorter angle. Seems a bit odd because of the fact that they've changed now how FOV works. Swung by a Dexy. Slow peak does manage to work against the M5. With just Kusanagi here. He will swing, takes down a Dexy. A nice headshot on a repeat. Does end up getting 2 stims and an overheal. However, he's the only one left here. I'm going to do it. Trying to deal with Nyapat and Jedi Joy. Jedi Joy already on 2 kills, looking for a third potentially. Nyapat will raid objective, takes him out, earns his team a round advantage going into the second half, guaranteed. Now it's just a matter of if it's 4 rounds or 2. Atrox eyeing a 5-1 split at half. That would put them in a very optimal position, especially considering they're on attack right now. Going into defense on Oregon, you usually want to be, if you're going from attack to defense, you want to be either 2-4 or 33. Ideally 33 or more. They're in a good spot right now because they're guaranteed to have that round advantage going onto the defensive side, going onto the usually easier side of this map. It's going to be a matter of, obviously they could throw that away. We could see some sort of comeback here from Team Happy. They seem to show potential for it earlier, but it's going to be important to watch for that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb.
Another chop flow hold now from Team Happy, and again, I'm going to change it a bit. They are running the smoke, as we can see. They do have a mute, which says it's switched from the smoke. I don't really understand it, whatever. But what they seem to be doing now is a sort of trophy hold accentuated by an armory hold to sort of get a crossfire onto Master. You know, Atrox has been pushing Master rather consistently. I think the weakness in this might be the fact that there's not a lot covering that smoke shield. They do have a Jaeger. They could certainly put ADSs over there. I don't know how much that's going to help them, though, once that shield is gone. Not in the fact that nobody seems to be holding that armory side at the moment, and it'd be very easy to clear somebody out of there. Shock's going to lose a lot of his health there, courtesy of an aggressive play, actually. Pretty early on, I believe, from Brazil. I could be wrong, though. Dill will fall there. Nyapat going to be the one to get the frag. Actually traded now by Kusanagi on an nice C4 there. However, traded now by VQ6. Brings it to a man advantage here for Atrox. And they've taken OBJ down. He freaking even realizes it, but he's now off-site technically. Trying to make a retake happen. Does have smoke, does have plenty of utility to make this happen. However, traded now by Shooks with a shotgun. A sniper from close range, pardon me, not a shotgun. Doesn't matter that he's playing outside of his range. He'll get 2 kills. Jedi Joey got the 3rd. And that'll be a 5-1 split in half for Atrox. Checking the scoreboard at half. 6-10 can rest an eye about any double digits. 4-5-2, 4-3-1-1-2. Very clearly, Durag is Durag. Atrox, which includes former members of Durag, is out-fragging Team Happy at the moment. I think that that's the source of the problems here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Kona prep to heal. Healing station prepped.
And now for the first round of the second half, we're going to see Atrox actually choose to play top floor here. Team Happy had some serious problems with this site. They lost it, what, 4 times?
10 seconds.
You'd think if you lost it 3 times, you wouldn't go there again.
5 seconds to go.
I guess not. Because now they're 1 round away from being put at match point. Adexi gonna bring that 1 kill closer. He'll take down Brazil off of a spawn peak, and that's a big frag. The only hard reach out again on this site, and that's gonna be really tough. It means game wall is locked off, and there goes Nomad. A lot of active utility. That flank watch taking down Nyapak, gonna get another kill there. I believe Adexi got 2 there. So now it's really up to just Armadillo and Kusanagi here to try and make something happen. It's gonna be very tough though. Kusanagi, I don't know what was that. Honestly, what was that? Dylan will take one out, but Shucks trades him, and that's the round. That was honestly sad. 6-1 here. Atrox is currently steamrolling. Pun intended. Currently steamrolling Team Happy. Jedi Joey just left. Okay.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Okay. I think we're gonna see Atrox meme here. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like they're gonna just see a run out. I mean, I don't really know. Jedi Joey's fun peeking here. Whatever. It's a 6-1 currently for Team Happy, as Dylan will take the head off of Jedi Joey. They're down, not out. Howdy Freak finally killed there by Nyapat. He's gonna continue to play. Actually, outside playing rather aggressively. Will reload, takes down one, looks for a second, almost gets it though. Geonix down, not out just yet though. In a 3v2, however, BQ6 will confirm the kill on Geonix. Brazil gonna now try and rush side. Shooks takes him out as he trades for a Dexy up to just Misanagi here. 6-1, 2v1 here, trying to make something happen, and BQ6 will knife him. Ends the game for Team Happy. 7-1. They will fall to Atrox. 14-4, 6-2, 6-5, 7-2, 4-2, 5-7, 4-7, 2-8, 2-8, 2-7.